And good morning, everyone, and welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, making money trading Forex, and also building expert advisors for the MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms, which are the most popular platforms in the United States because they're the only ones we get to work with. DXTrade is also available in the United States, but with prop firms, but the MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 are the best ones out there right now. Let's see, for starters, let's go ahead and talk about today. Today is Wednesday, August the 12th, 2026. We have CPI coming out today, US CPI, US inflation numbers. We'll see how the war in Iraq rather, has played a role in inflation with increased gas prices and stuff, and we'll get into that in just a few minutes. In the meantime, there are risks to trading Forex, like losing money, and you need to know about them. These risks look something like this. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration at this time. I have held NFA registration in the past. That's how I know how to read this to you. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And the CFTC risk disclosure goes like this. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. And here's the other thing that goes along with this. If you hear me mention anything about any setups or any entry points or exit points or anything like that, please do not take that as trading advice. That is merely my opinion, and it's just off the cuff. I may not even think that after I look at it a little closer. So my ideas can change. So with that, let's talk about me some more. I'm not ready to look at charts yet. First, these are the ones I have in the my products that I have set up at the MetaTrader at the MQL5, which is the platform for MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. Again, as you can see, I still haven't changed that description. But these are, I've got 58 downloads on Fibo trend continuation zones, which is a neat little indicator. And then we also have the Bollinger Band Mean Reversion Pro EA and the Bollinger Band and RSI Mean Reversion Pro EA for MetaTrader 5. And these are all free. It's free to download anytime you want to. I've got a couple more coming out soon. I'll be posting them soon. We just completed them this morning and they're really neat. Give you a sneak peek on one of those. Do I have it in this one? I don't think I have it in this one. No, I have to show you my live account. That's okay. Show you my live account right here. And there it is. The Bollinger Band and RSI mean reversion. No, it's not. It's the trade confluence indicator that's showing on the US versus the yen, the dollar versus the yen. That's my MetaTrader 4 account. And it is showing, do not get into that because it's got a bearish bias. Do not, if you're going to buy, now it's not a good time to do it. But in the meantime, here we have it on the GJ, the pound versus the, and that's in green. And naturally, since I'm running a green background, you can't say that says bullish, bullish, and bullish bias. 2 out of 6. You probably want to wait till 3 out of 6 on that before you jump into that. And by the way, CPI could wreck everything this morning, so that's I'm not jumping on that with both feet. But if you get a 4 out of 6, then that's a pretty good indication, especially of the upper time frames. Then that's a good might be a fairly good indication that it's a good time to come into that instrument. But at any rate, we'll have that. I'll hopefully get that up tomorrow, if not definitely Friday. So in the meantime, let's look at some other stuff. What are we going to look at? After that, let's look at as you can see, I've got a couple of contributions there today. 2, maybe 3. Nope, just one contribution. That's the Confluence dashboard I've added, and that's a private repo. So all my repos are private because I'm just like that. Maybe one day I'll do a public repo and share something with everybody. But in the meantime, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about trading Forex for profit. This is my website. This is where you can come in. You can start for free. Start free. See what it says right there? You can also log in like I'm going to do. That was the Learn Hub part that I'm building on how to trade Forex. We're going to get a lot of really good information on how to trade Forex. And I highly recommend reading those before starting an account anywhere, unless it's a demo account. You can just blow through your first demo account quickly and get that out of the way. But at any rate, we have this is where you load your first account right over here. I've got 3 accounts loaded. I should be loading more. So I've got more accounts on that. And the MetaTrader's Cup for Audacity Capital is way over because it's August. So there's not a whole lot going on there. You can set up your trade risk size right here. It'll tell you how much you need to risk. For example, a 2% risk on a $760 account with 25 stop losses, a 0.03 lot. That's what I would trade if you're going to trade that. My accounts are bigger than that, so we're not going to talk about that. That's an old number. I'll post new information one of these days. See, we have Market Pulse and Economic Calendar. We'll get to those in just a minute. But here we go to billing, and here you can start for free, believe it or not. Right there, it says free. Free. This is the best learning for learning our workflow. My workflow here at Trading Forex for Profit. You can build your account, set up your trade journal. I forgot your trade journal right over here. This is the main product we have, the trading journal, because it's a planned trade because you plan all your trades, right? So I'm just jumping in with both feet so you can get an idea of what is happening. If you have everything set up right, you can look at your strategy extremely quickly and jump in extremely quickly if you want to, and then mistrade if you decide that you did not do that. We're also going to be making some changes to this, some improvements to it as time goes on. This is certainly not the finished product. We are still working feverishly on that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and go to some other things. See what we got for Market Pulse today. Market Pulse is right here. We have a neutral as expected. Neutral going on. We have the pound. The yen is very strong today, which is interesting. So there might have a little taste of intervention happening again. Along with the British pound, the Aussie, the euro, the dollar, US dollar is way down here. And the Canadian and Swissy and New Zealand dollar on the bottom, Kiwi as it's called on the bottom. So those are the currencies. Of course, it's going to be neutral right before CPI. So let's go ahead and look at our calendar for today. And that is Henry the Forex trading parakeet in the background. So if you like parakeets, it'll listen to his delightful chirping. If you don't like parakeets, well, get one and you will love parakeets. We have CPI from month to month. It was expected forecasted at 334%. We found the error in that, and it's really just 0.2%, which is much, much better than 334% for the monthly CPI. That would be a hellscape, an economic hellscape breaking out in the United States. So it says a forecast for 2.5%. I find that hard to believe. I think it's probably going to be closer to 3.6. Inflation expectations, quarter to quarter. Need to check the API on that one too. Because we do have a brand new API source. So these are numbers that we are working with. We're trying to get everything back into working with. I need to get those into percents too. To formatting the API so they work and work well on a more automated basis. We've got PPI coming out tomorrow, and then a whole bunch of other stuff on Friday. We'll get to that on Thursday or Friday. But in the meantime, the big headline today is going to be CPI. That comes out at 8:30 Eastern time. We'll see what happens with that, which is also New York time. So let's look at some charts. Go over here. We're not going to look at that one yet. We're going to look at this one. And I'm going to go fast kind of because I'm running out of time. Looks like Bitcoin is still range bound. Still very much range bound. So in fact, it's in the middle of that range. So if you're day trading Bitcoin, now's not the time to do it. I would not get into that at all. Then I don't like crypto at all. I don't like the fundamentals of crypto. So moving right along. Have the US 10, US 10 JP10. US 10 is 4.67%, way off its highs from yesterday or from the day before, which is good. So we want them off of the 4.7 range. That will kill the real estate market. However, I don't think housing was ever supposed to be a large chunk of our economy. However, it became that way during the ZIRP period, zero interest rate policy period, that began with Barack Obama, really, and the quote-unquote Great Recession. Here is the Japanese 10-year. It is perking up 2.858%. So that gives us on the carry trade. It gives us a converging interest rates on the carry trade. They're getting closer to each other, but they're not there yet. So, which means the carry trade is alive and well. It also means that the pound versus the yen is even a better carry trade candidate. So the pound yen is a good buy hold. Long term, if you can handle the ups and downs of it, because it's I'm not going to say jump. That is not trading advice, by the way. That is a general idea of what that market looks like. So with that, let's go ahead and get out of that. Let's get into the euro versus the pound. Euro versus the pound is at 85.33. Pound is gaining on the euro, so the pound is going to be the stronger currency for against the euro. So that will play a role if you're choosing whether to come into the euro versus the dollar or the pound versus the dollar. DXY is pretty much not going anywhere. It's waiting on CPI also. It's going to be a big mark to see what happens today. We'll see if that goes up or down. And why? Because and see how the market perceives it. Because everything is based on market perception, not what the talking heads on CNBC or anywhere said. As a matter of fact, if you're getting your forex information from CNBC, stop. Don't do that anymore. Euro versus the dollar, they're the worst as far as forex trading goes. Euro versus the dollar. Again, the DXY is not going anywhere. The euro versus the dollar won't be either, because the euro versus the dollar is 57% of the DXY, so it's not going anywhere. Pound versus the dollar, again, everybody's waiting on CPI to come out. Not a whole lot to talk about there. Dollar versus the Swissy, again, perking up a little bit against the Swissy. Swissies are kind of not the strongest in the world. It used to be the benchmark for financial stability. Not so sure about that anymore. I haven't looked at the Swiss in a long time. Yen pairs, dollar versus the yen, right there. It is perking up a little bit, 159.18, but not enough to really talk about. It's pretty flat for the pound versus the yen. Matter of fact, those two dojis back to back. Yeah, I would stay out of that for another couple hours and wait till about 9 o'clock and see what happens. We do have rising oil prices, which is causing the yen to come down a little bit more. Even though the pardon me, that's driving up the bond yields and making the yen actually go up a little bit more. So against the pairs. So we have the euro versus the yen. Yen is coming up on the euro a little bit. Canadian versus the yen, look at that. Oil trade is not playing a role in the Canadian versus the yen, not too terribly. It is kind of thinking about stuff right now today, though. Aussie versus the yen, we may have a little bout of intervention coming up today. We could see that. That would be neat. I make money on those, on intervention. And you should too. NYMEX crude oil is at $83 a barrel, perking up just this morning. It was at 82.48 a few minutes ago. So now it's up to 83. So we're perking up on oil prices. Sounds like the Iran US thing is not falling apart anytime soon. UCAD right here, 139.34. Aussie, 70.65. Again, not a whole lot to talk about. Gold holding over $4,400 an ounce. So people are starting to look at the central bank, the health of the central banks again, and saying, hey, that's our train wreck. Let's look at something substantial like metals, like silver. We'll get to silver in just a second. Platinum, right here, 117.81, perking up a little bit. Palladium, again, perking up a little bit more. Not as near as high as this, but working on it, I guess. Maybe. 66.19 for silver. Silver's perking up a little bit more, starting to find a more comfortable ground around the 64 range and off of the 55. Okay, let's take a quick look at the software sector. Again, 103.92. Not really knocking it out, but holding. HubSpot starting to perk up 2.3% yesterday. Pretty flat for Salesforce. Intuit, 60 cents up. That's not a whole lot to talk about. Pretty flat. GoDaddy, again, pretty flat. Adobe, which has been a darling last couple of weeks, last few weeks, down 3.39. Upwork, look at that. beat up on Upwork. Says AI lowers demand in some categories, but boosts need for AI talent and human AI teams. Upwork just cut their own throat on that one. So AI is killing the freelancer talent. Hell, I could have told you that. It started 2 years ago when I was a freelancer. Let's see. After that, let's go down to the. I can't believe that's a report from Upwork. Oh well. Moving right along. We're not going to focus on that. Mag 7 ETF is off a little bit at 87 cents, or off 87 cents. Google down 384. Amazon off 2%, $6. Apple off a little bit more at 1.9%, 1.09%. Meta perked up a little bit. Microsoft taking a breather at losing 44% yesterday. Nvidia, again, taking another little breather, but that candle looks like more than 2%, more than 0.02%, more than a nickel. I don't know what the disconnect is between that some days. So maybe some settling after the market closes or something. Tesla up 58 cents, and SpaceX off 4% yesterday. Again, another bearish engulfing candle. We'll see what happens with that. And the IBD 50 ETF perking up a little bit, 0.79. It's the CapForce IBD 50 ETF. That might be one to consider if you're looking for a buy and hold strategy. That would be one of them that I would consider. So with that is about all I've got for today. If you like this video, then hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. And lastly, if you want to do something else, oh yeah, if you want to talk to me directly, hit me up in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, meantime, that's all I got for today. You guys have a great one. Bye.